Lucas and I had been bitter enemies for half our lives. On our deathbeds, we stared at each other, spitting out the most venomous words, hoping never to meet again in our next lives. He hated me for tying him down with marriage and children, robbing him of his chance to become a singer in New York. I despised him for his constant partying and drinking, leaving me to care for his sick parents and our 2 children. And in our mutual hatred, we were reborn. We locked eyes in the crowd, then turned away without hesitation. This time, we hoped neither of us would have any regrets. The day I changed my college application, my dad walked into the study, glanced at me, and nodded approvingly. Good. With your high scores, you should attend a top university. Stop chasing after that Wilson boy. What's so great about him anyway? My mom, hearing this from the kitchen, rushed in and pulled my dad away, giving him a stern look. I watched my parents leave, smiling, but suddenly felt a lump in my throat. In my previous life, I had run out late at night to find Lucas at the train station. My parents, searching for me, were killed by a drunk truck driver. I never got to see them one last time. Fighting back tears, I moved the mouse and clicked the confirm button to change my college application without hesitation. In my previous life, Lucas, my childhood sweetheart, suddenly announced he wanted to become a singer and pursue his dreams in New York. But before that, he had always said being with me and attending the same college was his dream. I had even wasted my high score of over 600 points to apply to the same average college as him. But 2 days before the acceptance letters arrived, he suddenly said he was going to New York to chase his dreams. His sick parents, Mr. and Mrs. Wilson, came knocking on our door in the middle of the night, begging me to help find their son. In my previous life, I went. My parents, worried about me, followed and ended up in a car accident. Lucas was later found by me. When he heard his parents say that my parents' deaths were his fault, they insisted he had to make it up to me. So they forced Lucas to get engaged to me, planning for us to marry right after college graduation. But I got pregnant in my sophomore year and had to take a break from school. We hastily got married. I went through pregnancy and childbirth and took care of the baby. 2 years flew by, and just as I was excitedly planning to return to school, his parents fell seriously ill and came to stay with us for treatment. Lucas told me to be understanding, saying his parents had already worked so hard for his education, and now they were sick and needed care. As for him, of course, he had to go to work to support the family. At the time, to save Lucas's face, I didn't mention that his monthly salary of $3,500 wasn't even enough to cover the children's formula and normal household expenses. Later, I had to sell our old house to pay for his parents' medical bills and raise our 2 children. But while I gave up my education and struggled to manage the whole family, he was out making a bunch of fair-weather friends with his meager $3,500 salary. What little money he had left, he spent on making music, claiming he was fulfilling his dream. Crushed by the pressure of family life and after several failed attempts at communication, we started having huge fights. He began calling me bitter and narrow-minded, saying if it wasn't for me forcing him to come back, he would have already become a big star in New York. He even accused me of using my parents' death to emotionally blackmail him into marrying me. I didn't hold back either, calling him delusional, saying his terrible voice made his dream of becoming a singer nothing but a pipe dream. When he brought up my parents' death, I went crazy, lunging at him to shut him up, only to be violently pushed away. After that, Lucas deliberately started staying away from home. His parents, unable to see their son, blamed everything on me, complaining that I was immature and petty, only knowing how to anger their son. They completely forgot how they had begged me to find their son in the first place. In this miserable life, I gritted my teeth and tightened my belt to do odd jobs and earn money to support the family. But the children I had worked so hard to raise were never close to me.